What's going on, Geek Pit? Welcome to another episode of Geeks Top 10. It's actually the debut episode of Geeks Top 10 right now. So I'm your host, the Metal Geek. I got a very special guest right now. We're on the official road to WrestleMania, but screw WrestleMania because it's Geek Pit Mania. We got a lot going on. We got a huge top 10 countdown, and I may have a special guest. I may not have a special guest every other week. So, but today, special guest, he's a friend of the podcast. So let's give a Geek Pit welcome to our guest today. He's going to be counting down Geek's Top 10 and his very own Top 10. Let's give a warm Geek Pit welcome to Papa Dank.
What is going on, everybody? It is I, Papa Dank.
What happened, man?
I'm on the Dank phone right now, looking at my top 10. Hold on. All right. I got the top 10 ready, bud. How are you doing tonight?
Yo. Last week with wrestling podcast says yo, and he's ready, and it's like,
oh, let's go. Everybody's
right
excited.
Now. Everyone's excited, man. Everyone wants to know what Geeks Top 10 is. Everyone wants to know what Papa Dank's Top 10 is. So, who wants to go first? You want to go? The guest wants to go first, or
I guess I'll start with number 10.
Number 10. Yeah, we'll start with number 10. So,
all right. Now, just so everybody knows, my top 10 is not my all favorite movies that I have. Obviously, I have many favorite movies. I just had it condensed to 10 for now.
Yeah, this list for me was super hard. I don't know if you know, because this is not just
mine was too.
Because not only this is overall movies. So you're thinking comedies, you're thinking horror movies, you're thinking dramas, you're thinking action superhero movies. So everything, 100%. It's everything rolled into one right now. So, and by the way, I just want to give a message that just because me and Papa Dank are doing a top 10, you guys could play along and you could have your top 10 right here, right now. Let us know what your top 10 is in the comments below. And it would be a lot of fun, just so we could count down our top 10s right now. So
that's right. But before we start, Geek, we'll start with number 10 for me.
Yeah, 10 for you. The guest could go first.
10,
yeah. So
10
yeah.
For me, and then 10 yours, and we'll count it down. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
But
yeah.
Before we start, what's it gonna take for you to give up that CM Punk pop to me? What's it gonna take, Geek?
Oh, you mean
what's
this one right here?
I want that pop. I want that pop, man.
That actually, me and Axel were actually talking about that one pop earlier. It's like, I don't want that pop. Papa Dank wants that pop. That's what he was telling me. So
I do. It's on my list. I'm gonna find you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find you.
They'll find you. But what is it going to take for that 2036 title right there?
Whoa! The title is safe.
The title is safe for now.
Emily LeVay didn't want my title, so I was a little upset about. That's Papa Dank's title.
You did steal that title from Tina, by the way. So yeah.
I did, but recently I was at NYW and Emily LeVay is like, that's Papa Dank's title. I don't want that title. Like, what do you mean? That's the most important title in all of YouTube, Emily. Yikes. All right, let's start off with number 10.
What's
Avengers Endgame.
Avengers Endgame. And why is it your top 10 right now? So
it's in my top 10 because it's got everything I ever wanted. The Spectacular Spider-Man, Thanos, the Hulk, all the Avengers, Iron Man, and it was just a great, fun movie for me to watch.
Yeah, so I that is also on my list as well, but you know,
and it was emotional because I remember sitting in the theater, and at the end, it was just silence, and I haven't experienced that before in a movie where everybody's like shocked.
Yeah, can we talk about Avengers Endgame a little bit in that movie? Like when they all come through the portal, I kind of teared a little bit, and I was like, "Crap, they're all coming!" And that had to be, if not one of the best movie moments right there.
Right.
In cinematic history. The way that the shot was when the three of them come through the portal and then you see all of them start coming through the portal, and just great cinematography in that.
100%. All right, let's go with yours, 10.
Speaking of Axel, he's like, no, a 10 for me is Iron Claw. So but my top 10, my number 10 right now is got to be Insidious. As Insidious, I'm going to say this right now, was one of the scariest movies I think I've ever seen, ever.
Okay.
I think this was scarier than The Exorcist. Um, there was like just that creepiness of, are you alone? You know what I mean? It's like has to be one of the scariest movies right there, and they don't make too much scary movies like that today.
They don't. Okay.
All right,
Number 9 for me is also a horror film. The one, the only, Jason Lives from Friday the 13th.
Jason Lives. Yeah,
It is my all-time favorite horror movie of all time, and I don't know why, but I'm just riveted by this story about Jason's resurrection. This is the first time he actually became supernatural with the lightning bolt, and just the whole cast really did it for me.
for me, it has to be, and I revealed this one as my number 9, Christopher Nolan's Interstellar.
Interstellar. Very good
Interstellar.
choice.
Matthew amazing cast. Matthew McConaughey. Just like so many great actors in that movie. Geeks shed a tear towards the end of that movie, man. When I don't know if anybody in the chat has seen the movie, but when he sees his daughter and he's an old man at the end of the movie, man, I shed a tear right there because he said he was going to come back for her, and he kept his promise towards the end of the movie. And that has to be one of Christopher Nolan's best movies he's ever done. I know in my opinion, I think that Christopher Nolan is somebody that could connect Interstellar and Inception and probably Tenet all together in some cinematic universe fashion.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right.
So what
do we got? Part 6 is amazing. Let's talk about Jason Lives.
Part 6 is amazing. But
Jason
all right.
Lives.
So number 9 was Interstellar for me.
Number 9 was Interstellar for you. And now I'm going to number 8, Mr. Geek.
That's right.
My number 8 pick is the one, the only Forrest Gump, sir.
Forrest Gump. I love that movie, I think
is awesome movie, man.
If that's why I chose a top 10, just because, it's so hard to choose only 10 movies because there are just so many great movies out there.
Right.
And there's so many great movies that I felt that could be a runner up for the top 10 that, there's just too many movies. Like The Wizard of Oz. That's another great movie. That's not even on my top 10, but that's just, that's a great movie because like that was the first time you see color in a movie ever. So that has to be at least one of the greatest movies of all time. But it's
100%.
simply not my top 10. So
all right, what's your number 8?
My number 8's got to be another Christopher Nolan movie, Inception.
Oh, wow.
Inception. Leonardo DiCaprio, man. Yeah. Ellen Page,
Good film. I agree. Man.
And Interception, man. I think that had to be one of Leonardo DiCaprio's best right there. And we're just gonna number 9. Axel's number 9 is Inception right there.
This number 9 is Inception. Alex looks like he's taking a dump in there. What is going on with his face in that? Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, Interception. Just another great movie from Christopher Nolan right there. And he's another one that's a visionary, Christopher Nolan, having so many great movies. And it's like I said, it's just so hard to pick some of these movies, but Inception's got to be number 8 for me. So
all right, let's go to number 7 for me. The Conjuring 2.
The Conjuring 2, yeah.
Why is that my favorite? Well, introduced the nun. That's number 1. It touched on the Amityville Horror, and then it brought us to Crooked Man, all in one film. And I just thought it's based on true events. Now people can debate the whole spirit and demon thing all they want, but it was just a great film that brought three great characters into one film. And Annabelle was there too.
Yeah.
This
number
is
num-
Blackwell. Look at what Blackwell said.
look, number 8 for me, Axel is Wolf of Wall Street right there. Another great one right there. You know,
Look what
but
Blackwell said.
don't think the house is not.
Nice.
When is that movie gonna get made?
Denk's house. Whose house?
ABJ is gonna party at Dank's house. Man, what kind of movie
Oh
would
man,
that
let's
be?
party, bro. Hey, speaking of ABJ, make sure you follow ABJ
Weekend at
as
Bernie's,
well.
Weekend at Dank's is another movie that could actually happen
Weekend
right
at
there.
Denk's. Listen, Weekend at Denk's would change your life, bro.
But yeah,
It's like the 3,000 couch. 30,000 couch. Yikes.
that's alone. But
Have fun
yeah,
in Philly, ABJ.
yeah, ABJ is going to Philly. So if you see ABJ in Philly during WrestleMania weekend, make sure you go by and stop and say hi to him. Yeah?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, what's number 7 for you?
Number 7 for me? I just said it. This is another great one. I know you said Endgame was one of the best, right? On your list.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to say the one that really started it. Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Winter Soldier was one of the movies that, all right, a lot of people loved Iron Man, right? They said that that's the one that really started the MCU. For me, what put it into full gear was Winter Soldier, and that's going to go on my list as my number 7 right there. So
okay.
So I know
there's definitely, I didn't want to choose like a lot of either Marvel films or Star Wars films, because you could just fill up your top 10 with just those 2 types of genres, for me at least. So I wanted to branch it out. I just kept it to one film. So there is a Star Wars film on my list. That's coming up later. For me, number 6 is a good old-fashioned gangster film, the one and only Goodfellas.
But first we gotta say Axel's number 7 is Moana right there.
Moana. All right.
Yeah. And why is that your favorite? Goodfellas.
The Goodfellas. It's based on a true story.
Mm-hmm.
It brings you all the classic gangster stuff from the 70s. Just the whole feel, like the cast, the crew, just magic.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Pesci, Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Paul Sorvino. It's just like a great cast and a great story, and the scary part is that it was true. Most of it is. Yeah. That's the scary part. What's your 6th pick?
Here's a movie that a lot of people, it's probably not going to go over well today. And this was a very raunchy movie for the time. I think you know I'm going with this one. American Pie.
American Pie. Oh, I love that. I just watched the whole series recently.
Number 6 had to be, because just simply American Pie has to be number 6, because
okay,
it's like for that time, nobody was really making movies like that. Not a lot. I mean, you had Animal House, but this was a movie for that time that was really, really pushing the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, and this has to be on that list as one of the greatest movies right there. So
much agreed. I love that film. It's one of
How am I funny? Like a clown?
He's giving us the classic Goodfellas line. I love it.
Love it.
All right, my number 5 pick is the one, the only, and I'm going to explain to you why, because we saw it together. The Iron Claw.
Iron Claw.
The Iron Claw touched me personally, because not only is it a wrestling store, which everybody knows we love wrestling, that's why we started doing this stuff, but it's a story about brothers. And as someone who lost their only brother, I mean, Kevin lost all his brothers, but I lost my brother as well. And the line when he says, I used to be a brother, really hit me hard in that movie theater. So I'm going to say Iron Claw as my number 5. What is Alex saying? Alex said Dogma. Geek, are you there? Did I lose Geek? Did I lose myself? Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, say it in the chat. Uh-oh. That's not good. I think I lost Geek. Yikes. It's Denk's show. I guess we lost Geek. All right. I'm still good. Let's go with the rest of the top 10. Hold on. Oh, Geek's back.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Is it me or is it you?
Yeah, it was me. It was me anyway. It was me.
Black will hurt me too. So I was like, wait a minute. Was it me? Yeah, because it's happened to me before.
Yeah, trust me. It's this damn Wi-Fi. It's, you know what I mean?
All right, number 5, Iron Claw. What was your number 5?
Number 5. Dan could take over the whole show right there. You know, I know, 5.
I know a little thing or two about hosting. I'm just saying.
You're not wrong. But my number 5 really launched this career right here for someone like Bradley Cooper.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to go with number 5. Is The Hangover.
The Hangover. Ooh, I didn't see that coming.
The Hangover.
Wow.
Zach Galifianakis, Ed Helms, and Bradley Cooper, and also Mr. Chow. Obviously, he launched all their careers in that movie, and it sucked that the sequels were terrible, but the original Hangover is a movie has to be one of the greatest comedies of all time.
That ABJ loves messing with me.
Okay, I told you my number 3 was Prestige.
I see you, ABJ. I see you.
That's why Denk makes the big bucks. Are you inviting ABJ over your house, man?
I should at this point, man.
But Axel's real number 5, The Return of the King, right there. That's a good one, though.
Okay. All right.
It's all love. Yeah.
Love you too, brother, man.
All right. So that's what I'm going to say is number 5 with The Hangover.
Okay. Number 4 for me is the OG Spider-Man himself, Tobey Maguire, the first Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my all-time favorite Marvel hero. And for me, seeing him on the screen for the first time like that, not on TV, with all the effects like that, was a game changer for me. So I'm going to say the OG Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire.
I'm going to put as the number 4, and this is a recent movie, Killers of the Flower Moon, as my number 4.
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I got to watch it.
And Leonardo DiCaprio ends up on my top 10 again. What the heck's up with that, man? You know?
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, so Killers of the Flower Moon, if you've not seen that movie, ridiculous movie, really well done. Martin Scorsese is such a great and genius director. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. I have to watch that. All right. Number 3 is a Star Wars film. You know, obviously I could fill up a top 10 with a Star Wars or Marvel film, but I wanted to pick my favorite one out of all of them, and it was really hard because it was debatable with some of them. But I have to say Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars film. Because it shows the fall of Anakin Skywalker and the rise of Darth Vader. And it has so many emotions on so many levels. Friendships ending, love ending, betrayals, needless killings of younglings. And it just cements everything that's gone on before with the sequels. Technically, they're the sequels, the original trilogy, and lays the groundwork for the future of the franchise. My number 3
is actually another Martin Scorsese movie.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, this one's I was mentioned before by Axel. The Wolf of Wall Street is my number 3 right there.
The Wolf of Wall Street. All right.
Have you seen? You sound like you never saw this movie.
I did. I see.
You saw it? Yeah. So
Yeah, I liked
yeah,
it. It was good.
I feel like this probably Martin's.
Another
This
true
was
story.
another true story, but I feel this was the movie Leonardo DiCaprio should have gotten the Oscar nominee for, not for The Reverend, for this movie right here, because his acting job was so great. But I I get it why they did not want to give him the Academy Award, because the Academy did not want to promote crime and stuff like that, and and corruption and stuff like that. So, but this has to be Leonardo DiCaprio's best movies he's ever done.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right. My number 2 is a film probably nobody has heard of here, but it's one of the films I used to watch growing up. Go ahead, Alex. And then Blackwell said something.
number three was Nightmare Before Christmas. So yeah,
Okay. What did Blackwell say?
he's like rookie numbers. Gotta pump them up.
All right. So
I'm being dank right now. So you know what I mean. So
my number 2. What did he say? He said you got to watch Basketball Diaries. That was good.
Basketball Diaries. Yeah.
Really good film, man. Love that too. All right. So this film is one of my favorites of all time. It's a comedy, and it sunk in with me as a kid. You know, as a kid, Denk never found love. He wasn't in love. He always wanted that love. And this film showed me how messed up love can be.
Yeah.
And it was also funny at the same time. The Last American Virgin.
I have not seen this.
I know you have, because it's a very obscure 80s film. It's about these 3 best friends. They're always trying to hook up with chicks, doing whatever. There's a new girl that comes into the school, and the main guy falls in love with her. So he tries to get her, like, to, he gives her a ride to school. He's trying to, joke with her, this and that. So he goes to a party and meets up with his other friends, and the gigolo of the 3 is dancing with her. He ends up hooking up with her, gets her pregnant. He doesn't want anything to do with it. The guy says, hey, fights with him, ends the friendship, tells the girl, I'll be there for you. I got you. Takes her away. She gets an abortion. He helps her with everything, pays for it and stuff like that, and mends her back for the days that she has to be home. So he goes to his grandmother's house, which is empty, and he heals her up. He goes to her birthday party, buys her a gift. He walks in on her kissing the best friend and breaks his heart. I think that is such a great film as far as showing you how messed up being in love with someone that's not the right person for you can be.
Yeah.
And it touches me, and that's why it's on my top 10.
My number 2 right now.
Go ahead.
Let's go to Axel's though. He loved Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows right there, which is another one.
Alex is a big Harry Potter guy.
Yeah.
All right, what's your top 2?
My top 2 is Bruce Willis, Milo Jovovich, Gary Oldman, and Chris Tucker.
Fifth Element.
You got it.
Wow.
Great movie. This introduce. I mean, hey, you get to see Chris Tucker in a dress. It's funny, man.
Look
Just
what Blackwell said. What a Blackwell's comment. Also, great love story.
Also, a great love story. That is true, though, right?
He's talking about Last American Virgin.
Yeah. But
you gotta check it out, man. You can't. It's not on digital. You have to get it on disc to watch it.
Yeah, but Fifth Element, it's like Die Hard in space. Is what it is. It's like Bruce Willis trying to save the world from space aliens. You know what I mean? Such a great movie.
I wasn't really a fan of it.
You weren't a fan of that movie.
I watched it, but I wasn't a fan of it. No. Oh, Blackwell said he does.
What?
Debbie does Dallas. That's a great love story, man. Oh man, I love it. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, geek.
So this movie was basically like Die Hard in outer space. So you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know you weren't a fan of it, but and it gave us that Impossible Opera song that somebody actually nailed. I don't know if you know about that. It's called the Divas Dance.
No, I don't know.
You don't know the song, or
no,
you gotta look it
really
up.
A fan of it.
You got I was a huge fan of that movie growing up. I must have saw it 4 times in the theater. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's probably one of my favorite movies. I even annoy Ever So Spiffy with that one. So
okay. All right. All
yeah,
right.
I dragged her to see. Hey, it's going to be the 20th anniversary of The Fifth Element. She's like, really? We're going to see that movie again? How many times we watched this movie? So that's going to be
Gotcha.
that's my number 2 right there.
ABJ messing with me. I love it.
The Dark Crystal.
The Dark Crystal. That's a great film too, man.
Yeah,
100%.
we were just talking about that earlier.
We did. All right. You ready for my number one?
Let's go. Drum roll.
I had to pick another gangster film because it's like my favorite gangster film of all time. And it is the one, the only, The Godfather.
The Godfather. Yeah.
Now, why is Godfather number one? I remember watching as a little kid and being impressed by this film and the lifestyle that they lived in those times.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what made me really love Marlon Brando. His performance is amazing. I learned about Marlon Brando, watched some of his other films, and he is one of my favorite actors of all time. So, yeah, Godfather brought us Al Pacino, Diane Keaton, Robert Duvall. They're all in there. James Caan.
Yeah, James Caan's a great actor. Yeah,
great stuff. Godfather, number one for me.
I loved him in Clannad.
What is your number one?
What's my number one? It's another sci-fi movie because Geek loves sci-fi. You know.
Okay. All right. All right.
So,
what is it?
My favorite movie of all time. I'm gonna get a lot of heat on this one, but my favorite movie of all time is Avatar.
Whoa!
Avatar, the original Avatar, right
Ooh.
Because people hate James Cameron, but you know what?
I just hate that film. I'm not a fan of it. Not at all.
Not at all.
I saw it in 3D and IMAX, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
Amy Chase said.
It's awful.
He said awful.
You hate that movie.
Yeah, we agree, buddy. But it is your number one film, and I respect that, Geek.
And number one because not only that, this was the first time that there were 3D movies before this movie,
right?
But before this James Cameron really brought you to that world of Pandora, and that's one of the reasons why this was my number one, because it changed the landscape of movie making right there. So you might actually hate the actual movie itself, but he changed the game on how people make movies today with the 3D and the IMAX and everything. So this had to be my number one right there. So
all right. So there you are, the top 10.
Top 10. So yeah, top 10 right there.
Someone said nice haircut, Lance.
Nice haircut.
Who's hating your hair, bro?
Unsubscribe. He's ripping on me right now, ABJ. You know?
What is it? Yeah, what do you say? Where's the dislike button?
Where's the dislike?
What about the new Beetlejuice?
What about the new Beetlejuice?
I mean, Beetlejuice would have been in the top 10 too, man. It could have been in the top 10.
This was an overall top 10 list, so
just our personal choices.
It was really hard to come up with a really good list because not only you have to mix, like, okay, what's a great movie? Every single movie is different. You know what I mean? So you have comedy, you have horror, you have action, you have sci-fi, you have great storytelling movies. So what kind of movie? It's like every single movie is different. You know what I mean? So it was very hard to come up with an actual top 10. So you might say, oh, why is that in your top 10? Why is that in your top 10? Because it's an overall list is what it is. So
in regards to Blackwell's comment there, Kill Bill would be the one for me.
I agree on that one. Yeah, but Axel actually said Dogma. That was one of his favorite movies. So, you know, okay. I'm going to go with Throw Up. And I'm fine.
He's late to the party. Another honorable mention from me is Titanic. I love Titanic.
Titanic was another great movie. I mentioned Wizard of Oz before because Wizard of Oz had to be on that list because that was the first time anyone's seen a movie in color. So in
Full
that
Metal
time
Jacket.
period. Full Metal Jacket.
Yes, Dogma is Kevin Smith. Yes.
Yeah. Wow, I'm really bad at this. What was I thinking? I'm thinking of another movie. I got my movies crossed, didn't I?
You got your movies crossed, just like
Yeah.
CM Punk is crossed over there in the background.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Speaking of CM Punk,
where is it? That's CM
he's
Punk
going to be
right
making news for 24 hours. Twitter's blowing up with his comments about AEW tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackwell, I don't know if you got a chance to see that, but I was watching most of it, and it was crazy. Crazy. It just puts AEW in a bad light.
He goes, Lance is a huge movie guy going back from the college days. They'll tell you.
Yikes.
Yeah, so where are people going to find you, Papa Dank, and where can people find you next right now? So
Well, don't come to my house because I will sick my killer cat on you.
I think ABJ is already on the way over there right now. So
I got my title ready to
he wants to play on your piano for some reason, man. You know what I mean? That nice piano over there, that nice $30,000 couch you got going on right there. You know,
he said he's on the way. Where can Dank be caught next? Well, you can catch me not this weekend because this weekend I'll be watching WrestleMania. But on the 13th, I'll be heading to West Virginia with my good pal Tiffany Avatar to do a promotion out there. And then after that, I'll be at the next NYWC show on April 27th, I believe is the next date. April Rain. So make sure you get your tickets for NYWC for that. And I don't know, somewhere in between, I'll be somewhere else, I guess. Right now, I'm busy editing my vlogs. My new vlog should be out by the end of the week, which is The Big Storm, filmed at Victory Pro Wrestling. You can see the previews for that on all my socials. That's about it.
ABJ's still messing with you in the chat right now. You gotta go past the 6 mile long driveway and use iron gate with Papa Dank's Funko Pop on it.
What are you gonna do, ABJ? I'm living in the Funko world. What do you
mean? I'm sure you have a butler over there and a security guard. You know.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, Alex. April 19th, I'll be at SWA. I apologize.
Are you sure about that?
So I got a busy April. In May, I'll be flying out to FanFest out in St. Louis, Missouri, to join my good pals at SICW and the great Herb Simmons for FanFest 2, which I will be hanging out with a bunch of people that have really contributed to the business, and I'm excited for that, man.
Yeah. So
and SWA, because I get to put Alex in the figure 4 at SWA. So.
Yeah, that's right.
He's gonna be like, what figure 4? What are you talking about?
So thanks everyone for joining us. Where can you find Geek on Geek Pit Mania coming up? Well, let's just find this one out right now. We got a couple of graphics coming up. I will be officially tomorrow night on the Roundtable Rumble. So we will be discussing our prediction show for WrestleMania. That's 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And not only will I be doing that, I will be actually, where's the other graphic? If I can find it. If I even have it. I don't think I have it. I thought I uploaded it, but whatever. I will be doing a super show with Firestar Championship Wrestling. That starts at 4:30 p.m. U.S. time, 8:30 p.m. UK time. So make sure you're there early, 4:30 p.m. U.S. time. So, and for our friends in the UK, 8:30 p.m. So, and that's for tomorrow night.
All right, good stuff, Geek.
All
good
right,
stuff.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, and thank you guys so much for commenting, having your top 10s as well, and we will see you guys in the next one. Last comment.
Thank you, ABJ. You too, buddy. You have a great time in Philly, man.